Hello, hello. So I am gonna wait for some people to jump on. So I am doing the May training. I thought about doing recording it and just uploading it later, but I just decided, I'm just gonna do a live. It's easier. Hey Vern. So I did a poll and you all voted that you wanted to do May's training on goal setting. So I'm going to do a very brief and quick training on goal settings to consider on your wellness journey. So just wait a few more. Going live is always so weird because I never know if I'm doing it right. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in. I will save this so that way you can go back and you can watch it later, and also share it with your friends who are trying to set wellness goals. So we're going to be talking about the one mistake people make when it comes to setting goals related to their wellness journey. And so there are many mistakes that people make, but we're going to be talking about one today. And the one is that they set a goal, but it isn't appropriate to the stage of change that they're in for that specific behavior. And so you're probably like, well, what is stages of change? What does that mean? And so it's based on the trans-theoretical model, and it's 5 stages. And so we're going to be covering 2 today. But the thing about the stage of change is that it's specific to your behavior. It's not specific to a person. So I have an example that we're going to use throughout, so that way it can kind of help you connect how this applies. So I talk a lot in my content about how in the health and wellness space, you are thrown a lot of fear on some accounts and a lot of facts. And that drives you to think about a lot and then quickly move to strategy. So there is a middle step that is skipped. And in that middle step, that's where a health coach comes in and is able to identify the key things that you need in order to have sustainable wellness change. And so, for instance, you may have seen a content on sleep and how important sleep hygiene is. And you're like, you know what? I really need to get to bed earlier. It will help me have more energy, and I really will support my body. And then you immediately set a goal about how you're going to accomplish that. But you didn't take into account the middle step that comes before strategy. And so one of the things that I'm talking about today is one of the things that a health coach will point out to ensure that you have sustainable change and success with your goals. And so the first stage of change we're going to talk about is contemplation. Okay, this person is saying, I may, right? So they're doing a lot of thinking, but not acting. And they are waiting for this magic moment, things to just be perfectly aligned, or their circumstances just perfectly fit for them to be able to achieve this goal. They may feel a sense of doubt, which then in turn delays the change. And their doubt could be very well valid. Maybe they had past failures in an area. Maybe a practitioner or someone in their family said something to them negative that is just plain in their head. Or maybe they don't think that they're worthy of the change and that behavior change. And so that doubt just sets in. Or maybe they're setting so many behavior goals, but they aren't setting any mindset goals, right? So mindset goals are more centered around thinking and talking and discovering and deciding and listening and reading, right? Those are all mindset goals. And maybe they just needed to settle on those. And so because these are the characteristics of someone in this, and that isn't exhaustive, but they keep going in this circle and they keep ending in the same spot instead of that forward momentum. And just because you have one area, for this example, sleep hygiene, you could be in the contemplative stage for sleep hygiene, but not in consistent movement. You could be in the different stage. Remember, I said there's 5 stages. So you could be thinking, oh, I'm doing fine in this area, but you're in a contemplation stage for sleep hygiene, and you keep setting inappropriate goals. And that's why you're not getting the forward progress. So let's talk about the other stage of change, and that is preparation. This person is saying, I will, okay? So they know what their barriers are. They have brainstormed strategies that will help them to increase the chances of their success with their goal. They even are aware of one or more strong motivators, so their why, and they're more confident and have belief in themselves. And so this person perceives goals as experiments. So with all the ebbs and flows that come, they know that this is just an experiment. And so they continue having forward momentum, not a circle where they get stuck, but forward momentum. And so when you partner with a health coach, we're able to identify what stage of change you're in so we can continue to set appropriate goals. Because again, there are 5 stages, and we always want to make sure we're moving you to that 5th stage. And that way you have that sustainability in your wellness journey, and you're able to have micro victories that keep the momentum, keep the self-efficacy, that belief, and that confidence that you can do this. You are worthy of this. And so I'm Nike, and I partner with millennial women. I help them start and stay on a wellness journey, so with clear and confident and ease, and I keep health simple. And so you can go to the link in my bio and apply to work with me, or schedule a discovery call if you just kind of want to learn more about health coaching and the First Steps to Wellness program that I created. But if you've been saying like, I will in a lot of different areas, right? But in other areas you've been saying like, I might, I don't know, then you need to work with me so that I can help get you out of I might and get you into I will, and then get you into the last 2 stages of the stages of change. And you can have a sustainable wellness journey that's holistic and not just thriving in 1 or 2 areas. So that is all that I wanted to talk about in this month's training on goal setting. You can always leave a comment about what you've learned or how you found this helpful. And of course, y'all can always DM me with any questions. But I appreciate y'all who came and listened, and I will be saving this so that you can go back and watch it later. Bye, y'all.